Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday and happy Easter. Good to have you here on an Easter morning. I don't know what you do on Easter traditionally. We wake up. The kids usually wake up first. Well, the littlest one wakes up first. They start looking for candy. And, Easter, the true meaning of Easter, a basket full of jelly beans and chocolate bunnies. And then the parents wake up. It's a little bit like Christmas morning. You're like, geez, do you have to wake up that early in order to go find candy? Can you wait till like 10 o'clock? And so that ensues. And then the morning goes on. We're going over to Raini's mom's today. Her brother's coming over and everybody's going to be there. So we'll be over there for a few hours. And it's usually, what is Easter? Well, Thanksgiving's turkey. Christmas is ham. What's Easter? I think people traditionally have hams on Easter too, don't they? We got a big old turkey, a 26-pounder in the deep freeze out in the garage. We're saving that for July. I like to have Thanksgiving in July, where we do up all the fixins, have people over, and we do like a Thanksgiving thing. So, yeah. So what do you do on Sunday? Good morning, Elderberry. Good to see you. Good morning, Kelly Bell. Nice to see you in here this morning. Field Guy. And those are the only ones showing their faces this morning. Everybody must be celebrating Easter in their own way. Easter is for scrambled and hard-boiled eggs. There you go. Field Guy, you got it down. So when you get married and have kids someday, you'll be able to know what to do. So, I was up earlier anyway. I woke up around 5 o'clock. Couldn't get back to sleep, of course. So I'm like, I might as well get up and have coffee, because I made the mistake of getting up, going to use the bathroom, coming back down to the bedroom, sitting on the edge of the bed. Rainy's still sleeping. And I'm like, well, I looked at my phone and I said, yep. I guess I'll just get up. So I went up and made coffee. I folded laundry. I put laundry away. I folded towels. Everything coming out of the laundry, changing out laundry. Carly Sagan. How you doing, Carly? Good to see you. I wanted to say something naughty on your Instagram picture, but I didn't. I refrained. I think Field Guy said something naughty. So much love and positive vibes. She said, that's all I got from your Instagram this morning was positive vibes. So, that's a little bright, isn't it? There. I put up the brightness. And let's see. Let's take down the brightness a bit. See what happens. That's just switching out the brightness. That's giving it a yellowy golden glow for Easter. We'll just take it down a bit. Taking it down. Why, you're welcome, Carly. Hey, Grumpy Stack. Good to see you. Don't refrain, she said. That reminds me of the time when Rocky and I would do radio a 3 years ago. And we'd always chit-chat on the video before and after. And Rainy came in, and she always talked with us in the mornings. We always farted around talking for some half hour to an hour almost every day after the show. And she said something like, oh, man, she goes and she stretches. And you know how it is. Women's bodies, something to be worshipped and praised. And she's like this. And she goes, oh, man, I hurt my ribs. And Rocky immediately rejoined with, I do ribs. I rub ribs. So there you go. My comment is, Carly's eyes steal souls. They steal souls. Yeah, they do. She's got great eyes. So Sandra is here this morning. Good to see you, Sandra. By the way, if anybody wants to call into this show and talk, I'm going to post a link right here in the chat room. Boom. You can come into the chat room. You can talk in the chat room. You can call into the show. That's perfectly fine. Now, that's what Sunday mornings are for. We may get a Rainy sighting this morning. She's up now. Otherwise, she'd be over there in the master bedroom. And so she's upstairs with the kids, doing stuff, looking for Easter eggs and all of that. Call in, Carly. Do it. Be my surrogate wife today because she's out. She's upstairs. She may or may not come in. She hasn't done her hair or makeup or anything yet. So it gets, Pokes Rainy, get over here. Yeah, exactly. I told her this morning, I said, this is It's Sunday with Scotty and Raini. So she's just busy. She's busy. She's tired out all the time. And I saw some clip on Instagram. I was just stepped outside to have a smoke, and I'm just flipping through videos on Instagram. And there was one with a woman saying something like, "What's with my mom? My mom is so crazy." And it was from some show, and I don't know what it was. That blonde chick, that's in that show, you'd recognize her. And she's talking to her boss. She says, "My mom's just crazy." And the boss woman said something like, "You know why your mom crazy?" She said, "She's crazy because, first of all," she said, "your mom was a normal person, just like you." She said, "Then she had you." And she said, "And then you kept her up for 6 months straight at nights. You'd cry all night because you're hungry, but then you wouldn't eat anything." She says, "And then you went to grade school, and then you went into high school, and you were dating boys, and you were doing this and that." And she goes on the whole litany of being a parent of a child. And she said, "And then you had your own kids." She said, "And then you brought your kids to your mom's house, had her babysit your kids so you could go back to work, which she didn't do when you were a kid." She said, "That's why your mom's crazy." So all you moms, you might be able to have some affinity with that. I don't know, maybe not. Oh, by the way, there's Bill Murray says hi this morning. There he is, Bill Murray. I just happened to see him on the monitor here. He popped up, his eyeballs popped up. So anyway, and all that to say, Rainy's probably tired today. As a matter of fact, I did encounter her this morning, and she said, "I'm too tired." I kissed her on the neck upstairs now that she's up and she's waking up, sitting with the kids. Yeah, makeup is not necessary. I agree, Carly. I absolutely agree. So you don't need makeup to come on this show. I don't have any on. Look at how good I look. Hi, Ellie. What you got?
Who said you look good?
I said I look good. Let's see what you got here. Here. Easter basket. And it came with a big globe over the top.
It's an egg.
We have taffy stuff in there. We have Easter Bunny goes to the store and buys brand names, Mike and Ike. We got some kind of weapon injector for candy. We have, the heck is that? We have a chocolate reptilian. We have, my favorite, Jelly Bellies. Those will stay over there. And then we have,
those are mine.
Blue grass.
There's more than blue grass.
Did the bunny bring Daddy any Jelly Bellies?
No.
Oh. Then a bunch of little things like that.
Pop rocks.
Pop rocks. There you go.
Wait,
okay, load it back up.
I will do that.
So, I already put your Jelly Bellies in there, way in the bottom.
No, you didn't. I need to organize it.
Okay. Here, why don't you move over on that side of the desk?
I can't.
And you can organize from there so you're not blocking Mom. All right? There you go. It's all over there. Go on that side of the desk. Make room for Ma. Making room for Ma. These are my Jelly Bellies.
No, they're not. You took them from me.
Hey, beautiful Mom.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing. It's cold down here.
Yeah, it's colder. We can move the heater in here if you'd like.
Okay.
I'll go get it. Take me all of 10 seconds.
No, because it's still not going to warm up fast enough. It takes like an hour.
It will. You'll get warm fast.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go get it so you're
Okay.
comfortable.
All right.
I'll be right back.
Where are you
keep
going?
everybody entertained, Ma.
Woo!
While I get to eat.
Hi. Oh, Ellie's coming. Oh, I don't like mornings. I've been up since probably about 5:30, and I'm really tired.
Everybody's down here now. All the animals are down here too.
Even the animals. Flynn went to his room. He got mad because we didn't put on something he wanted to watch.
Oh yeah. Well, no dumb little kid shows.
Well, Ellie
I
put
got my
on.
beatsies.
Put your feetsies down. Ellie put on the Fuller House, and he didn't like that.
Oh yeah. Who does?
It's not a bad show.
That's true. I saw the sexy moms on that show going out to dance.
Right?
Okay, vacate my chair, child.
No, thank you.
Don't trip over the cord over here. See ya.
I think Lucy's scared
Show the
of you,
people how much you do what you're asked to do.
But I don't.
Thank you. Bye. I know. All right. It's not that I don't love my children. So we were talking
Your
about you
hands
already
are
this
cold.
morning.
Take them off my leg. Oh my goodness. No.
Like here? How about is it warmer over here?
No, it's not. Jesus. If you get me cold, I'm going upstairs.
Ooh. Threaten. You know, I saw
Right.
a comedian
cold,
this
I'm
morning
cold.
on Instagram, and he was saying, what did he say? How did he start it? He said something like, you know, my wife and I, he says, now that I'm married, he says, I can't do anything right. He said, it's like Alcoholics Anonymous. He said, hi, I'm Mike. I'm married. He said, it's been 25 years since I've made my own decision on anything. And they were out and they're in a parking lot. And he says, my wife says, what are you parking like that for? Don't take that spot. Don't park like that. And he goes, what's wrong with this parking spot? She goes, just don't park there. It's not the right place. And he started getting angry. And he says, you know, I drive all the time and I park everywhere all the time. And I never have any problems parking. I never have problems parking in a parking lot until you're here with me. And she says, oh, you're angry. Maybe you have anger management issues. And he goes, no, I'm just trying to park my fucking car. And so you know how it goes. You're not like that though, right? No.
No, I'm usually in the parking lot watching, going, that person's moving. Go over there.
Go there. Take their spot quick.
Yeah, hurry.
organize it.
Okay. Yeah, we're done with that. You can go now. You may leave. Guards, see her out. So I'm just warming my hands up on my hot coffee so I can touch your bare thigh without sending you through the ceiling. I'm moving a little closer so she doesn't squeeze in there again.
You tried to steal my jelly beans. You don't get a hug.
Okay. See ya.
Yeah, jelly bean
Oh,
stealer.
I'm in mourning now. I don't get a hug.
You should be.
So, folks, those of you joining us that might be new to It's Sunday, as you may or may not know, It's Sunday is very informal. It's not like Intrepid Radio during the week. We're much more informal on Sundays, and I get my lovely wife to come in. Though she did come in last week for a little bit one day, so it's nice to have you here.
Last week, one day.
Yeah, last week one day.
Okay.
One day last week. So, and the comedian, when his wife's trying to direct him to park, he goes, okay, Mom, where do you want me to park?
Nice.
I do that to Raini sometimes. It really encourages her to not direct me. Not. So, Carly, are you still coming on? Come on. So what's on your mind today?
Not much. I'm tired and I would like to go back to bed, but I got to figure out what to make for lunch to bring to my ma's, and then.
Wait, we got invited. We got to bring lunch?
Well, don't you usually bring a dish to share?
Oh, yeah, you can bring a dish to share. What do you want to share? What's she making?
I don't know.
Ham? Ham. We were talking about this already on the show. Brianna Learman, happy Easter. I'm doing homework right now, so won't see responses in the chat, and keep moving Keeping an eye on Harley. She ended up covered in hives for some reason. Uh-oh.
Those dang kids
Uh-oh.
getting covered in hives.
Don't let her spread it to you. Can you spread hives?
Not usually.
Are hives contagious?
They shouldn't be.
They shouldn't be.
If they are contagious, then it's probably not hives.
Field guy wants some hives. Oh, no, he wants some pig. So, yeah, we were just talking about Rainey's tired. She may or may not come in. I said, and the tired isn't just whimsical or I just feel like sleeping in. No, it's tired because of everything she does with the kids. Constant.
And it probably doesn't help that my ferritin's back down to low.
Yeah.
My vitamin D is down to low. I don't know. Migraines have been starting again. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you suppose is causing all that? Just being tired? Does that just add to it?
I don't know what causes it.
Oh, okay. Ferritin. Tell everybody what that's all about.
Ferritin is what helps oxygenate.
Thank you, Joe Biden. The thing.
The thing. Not just oxygen, but like gets your stored iron around so that your body can do what it needs to do. And my store is really freaking low. So 33 is usually when I can get the hematologist to do iron injections, but they make me feel really sick. So I don't like to do that. And I'm now at a 24. So
And it's supposed to be where?
Between 70 and 200.
Nice.
But you really want to be above 70.
You. Is that the same as that link to your iron stuff?
It's linked to my iron. My iron is low too.
Her iron's low too.
Which means everything is like super low.
Plus the autoimmune diseases, says Carly. She's been going through some rough times lately.
Yeah.
She said, so good to see you, Rainey.
Stuff. Yeah, good to see you.
Take vitamin D in the winter.
Right?
Winter's over.
I usually do.
She does. She pushes vitamins on me too.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. The autoimmune. I've got Hashimoto's thyroiditis. That's amazing.
I'll bet.
And then my last labs, I now get to go see a rheumatologist or whatever they're called.
A rheumatologist, they help you decorate your sofas and curtains better.
That's cool.
This room needs more. It needs more cattails in a vase. I'm a rheumatologist. My name is Benny. I'll be your rheumatologist.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's because I'm beautiful.
Uh-huh.
I so spin her head. She is so taken with my utter handsomeness and my suave debonair self, and so there you go. So I sometimes shock her into dumbness. She can't even speak. I go, oh, you may speak now, Rainey.
Yeah, that's totally.
I'll try to put down my radiance valve a little bit.
Hi, Kinky.
There's the dog. There, my hands are warmer now.
Nope, they're cold. Keep
They've been out of my hot thing of coffee.
It's your fingertips are freezing.
Are they? How about this part of my hand?
That's okay.
Okay, there you go. Just need to warm up my fingertips on the warm thighs of my wife, and she screams at me. Josh Kemp is epileptic too. Rheumatologist I see also. I have psoriatic arthritis. Nice. And you're how old? I saw your picture on your profile. You don't look all that old. So is that an oddity?
Not to be like, probably not. People are more sick these days.
There's Carly.
Pesticides in the food.
Let's bring her in. Bringing Carly in.
Hey.
How you doing, Carly?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
Most excellent.
Can you hear me
What's going
okay?
on? What's going on?
Just joining your morning show. I just woke up.
Oh, all right. I was going to
Yeah.
say, you look like you just got out of bed. So.
Literally.
Nice.
Happy Easter.
Oh, yeah,
And happy
Easter.
Easter
Happy
to you.
Easter.
What do you do
Thank
on
you.
Easter?
Well, we set up a little Easter basket for Kinsey,
Mm-hmm.
and then she likes to do the Easter egg hunts. So she
Right.
likes to scoot around and go and find them all. And then we fill them with like little miniature like plastic toys and things like that since she can't eat any chocolate or any candy.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so we do things like that. So Josh is getting her ready because she woke up already. She's up.
Right
Well,
on.
it's actually later than I thought. Oops.
Where are you off to today? You off to doing stuff?
No, I think we're actually going to stay home. We were supposed
Nice.
to go out to eat with family, but the reservation was made last minute, we'll say.
Ah,
And it was for 11 a.m. at this like
oops.
restaurant that's like an hour and a half, 2 hours away.
Oh,
So
no.
we would have had to been leaving in like
Wow.
9 minutes and then go eat like a massive meal at 11. Like I'm still wanting like breakfast food when it's before
I don't
noon.
like going out to restaurants on holidays
Yeah.
because it's not that it isn't convenient and you don't get the food you like. It's that it's crowded and it's packed. Everybody's all the family people running around the restaurant, and you're like, I go to a restaurant because I want to eat a meal with my wife. We want to have quiet, want to talk, listen to the music, have a good
But you
wait
can't.
person, waitress, waiter, and I don't want to have screaming kids around and families. Oh, there's families all around us. When we bring our family out to eat, screaming all the time, always fighting, always something. It's like, Rainey and I just need to go out by ourselves.
Yes, you
So
do. You guys need a date night for sure.
hell yeah. So
Yeah,
I'll
it's been
just
about
tell
a year and a half, 2 years. Year.
I'll
no,
just
we
tell
go
him
out on
for
dates all the time. It's just rarely centered around having a quiet meal together or seeing a movie. Because every time we plan to go do something, we got to bring a kid along. So kids always come along. So it's not a mom date and dad date. It's a family date. It's like, you kids, come on. You can stay home and entertain yourselves. So, we go to the store together, which that's not really a date, but that's about the only time we get out alone together. So,
And then we don't usually shop together, especially if it's a thrift store, because he goes that way, I go that way.
sometimes I go, I'll meet you over there. And there's the husband and wife thing again. Don't get that. Well, why? I want that. That costs less if we go over to the other store and get it. I go, but we're at this store.
Oh yeah, I don't like to take.
She goes,
Scotty
when I go
grocery
grocery
shopping, oh my
shopping,
God.
she goes, I stop
Stay
at 3 places.
home. Stay home. Stay home. I know what I need, where I need it, and who has the best price. So don't mess with.
She goes, give me your list of what you want. I'll get it.
Mhm.
And sometimes she's going grocery shopping. I'm like, can I come along? We can just hang out. She's like,
no.
I got my list all made up already. You got 4 hours? I'm going grocery shopping. I go, 4 hours?
Right.
Well, yeah, I go to Walmart, then I go to Cub Foods, then I go to Aldi's, and then we have to go all the way over to this store because they have a better gluten-free section than the other store. And I'm like, you got to stop at 4 places? She goes, yeah, but we can get tacos too. I'm like, okay, I'm on.
But not
Just
to
say
be
tacos and he's in.
right. So I like to buy, I think it's Amy's or something. It's little cans of soup, and they're like $5 a can, depending on where you go.
Crazy now.
And there's some places that still sell them for $3. So it's like, I know what I like and where the prices are. And so each store has its own list, and you get what you need at those stores. And he hates those big long trips.
I get so tired of shopping after a while. I'm just like, can we just be done? We got cereal, we got bread, we got coffee, we got beans, we got whatever.
Yeah, cereal, bread, and coffee. 3 things that I don't eat.
Cereal, bread, coffee, tomato sauce, Sheets tomato sauce.
Yeah, but it has to
Will
be.
you eat tomato sauce? Rainy tomatoes? Sorry, I wasn't meaning to offend you, but tomatoes are
You didn't offend me.
nightshades.
I know.
They're what?
I
Nightshades?
Eat a ton of nightshades, and there's no way really around it because I love peppers and I love tomatoes. And everything that I've learned to cook through the years involves tomatoes.
I know.
I eat a ton of
I feel
nightshades.
you.
Yeah.
No, I like tomatoey stuff. I do, probably more ad hoc pseudo Italian cooking around here than anything else. It's not really Italian. It's just red sauce, meat, a cheese, pasta. Right?
Yeah.
Well, then there's chili. That's Mexican. Enchiladas.
Yeah.
So-
Everything we have.
Tacos.
Tomatoes.
Yeah, tomatoes.
Yeah, I love tomatoes too, but once I like cut them out and stopped eating them, I was like, wow, I did not realize they were causing that much damage.
Yeah.
It stinks because I do the autoimmune protocol, so that's like eliminating everything basically. No nightshades, no processed foods, no dairy, no gluten, no soy, no
Oy.
Yeah. No beans.
And you
no
can live off the
legumes.
grass in your front yard.
Yep, I
And
just
tree
eat the
bark.
grass.
Tree bark is gluten free,
Oh,
and
I'm
all
gonna
those
start.
other things.
I'm
So,
gonna start eating tree bark then. It's free.
And not to be,
Yeah.
I love almonds. Almonds isn't on that list either.
We're
Almonds.
not supposed. For me, AIP, no nuts.
Yeah.
And I was like, I hadn't had them in forever, so I tried reintroducing almonds, and oh my goodness, I was like obsessed. I never used to like almonds, and I ate like not a full serving because a
Don't do
full
that, please.
serving was like 30 nuts. I think
Hang that
Josh
on the
even like
floor.
weighed it out.
Yeah.
So I ate like less than 30 nuts, like less than a normal serving, and so many issues.
Almonds are
Right.
brain food, says Field
I know.
Guy.
Almonds.
But you have to
Used
get
to be a
the
Go ahead.
peel. The peel has to come off the almonds. That brown peel. If that doesn't come off, that has a lot of issue causing stuff. So you have to soak your almonds and peel it, and then hopefully it won't mess with you.
Thank you. I will definitely try that, but I'm gonna eat like half of the amount of the serving size to be sure.
Right.
Faceless Mouse 5 or Faceless Mouse S with a 5. I caught a spirit on camera the other day. It was a picture. It was neat. Cool.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
We'll have to see that. You should call in and show us your picture. So, I mean, we're not jonesing for people to call in just to have something to talk about. You know me, I could talk for 2 hours doing nothing.
Yeah.
But
Jeez,
it's nice
sorry,
to have-
I won't call in next time.
No, but it's nice to have you call in. So,
I see how it is.
Carly, it's like we were told about God when I went to Sunday school. They were talking about tithing in the church, meaning giving your money to the church, and that the Lord wants you to give 10% of your income to the church, tithing. And I said, really? I said, why does God need my money? And I wasn't being flippant about that. I said, why doesn't God own everything already? And he says, God owns everything. He doesn't need your money, but he wants your money.
What?
And I'm like, okay.
What?
That's like what we're talking about now. I don't need callers, but I want you. So it's nice. It's the spice of life. You're spicy, Carly. You're spicy for the show.
Spicy.
Yeah.
I like to try and bring some of my spice. And
Mm.
not my chaos, just the spice.
Just the spice, no chaos. Hold the chaos.
Holding.
I want to go get some more warm coffee. Do you want anything?
No.
Think you can hold down the fort?
Yeah.
Well, I know you
guess.
can, but
Rainey's got this. Come
she's
on.
got this. She knows what she's doing.
Right.
I'll be right back.
I'm just
It's-
too tired to talk.
Oh,
It's
back in
Rainey's show now.
Right.
It's
Oh,
not
Rainey's
Sunday with
show.
Scotty and Rainy. It's Sunday with Rainy.
Right. Got to make up for all the times I don't show up here.
But how are you doing though overall with your health and stuff?
My health is not too good. Been going back and forth to doctors. It's great, especially when nobody knows anything and they just cart you back and forth. Okay, well, you can go see this person. How about you go see this person? And then they're like, well, we don't know what to do, so why don't you go see this person? I think you know all of that as well.
It's so hard to find good doctors. It's so hard.
Right.
Like it's it's a process, and like oh my goodness, like so many details, won't go into them all, but I've gotten so sick to the point that I'm applying for disability,
Yeah.
and they, automatically deny almost everybody the first try.
Yep.
But one of my GI diagnoses, my CIPO, is on the list of compassionate allowance list, and that should be for basically automatic approval showing how severe the disorder is. Oh,
Yeah.
well, my motility specialist, whom I've been seeing and treating my CIPO for 3 years, I told them ahead of time that, Social Security is going to be contacting you. Can you please get the documentation ready? Blah, 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 blah. They were fine. I said I needed an appointment with him sooner because I was having attacks and blah, blah, blah. So I get an appointment, and it's virtual because they live down in Indy, so it's like a 2+ hour drive.
Yikes.
So we always do it virtual. I've met him once in person. We've discussed my CIPO at every single appointment. It's the only reason I was referred to him in the first place for my basic GI doctor, because he's a motility specialist. And an NP comes on the camera that I've never seen before. And she tells me that she's going to brief the appointment and then talk to my doctor and then bring him in. I see my doctor come in, walk through the door behind whatever room she's in, because the door was like creak, so you could not hear it. And I saw him, and he looked directly at the camera with his mask on, so I knew that it was him. And I never saw him leave that room. I don't know if there's 2 doors or not. I'll give him benefit of the doubt, but I never saw him leave the room. She paused the session to go talk to him, comes back. It was just her. Long story short, she was questioning my CIPO. And I got a little shitty because I'm normally very respectful when it comes to medical and anybody. But she was like, so again, never met this NP before. Been seeing them for almost over 3 years now for the specific disorder. And she was like, well, tell me about the diagnosis and how it came about. And I was like, are you serious right now? I mean, I guess if you really want me to, like, I won't bring all my negativity to the show with all that attitude. But long story short, she was like, yeah, well, based off of our imaging, even though the imaging that caught it when I got it in 2020 is really rare to find, because what it looked like was that my intestines either had an intussusception where they telescope inside of each other, or there was an intestinal blockage, which both are emergency surgeries. And they almost set me under the knife. And then a GI doctor on call came in, and he was like,
hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Hold on a second.
And he was like, do not operate
that way.
on her.
That'll have to do. You're not on camera anyway, so unless you want to come on camera, I'll take the banner off. There you go. Let me take off the banner. Sorry, Carly, to interrupt you. Where is it? There. Boom. How you doing, Faceless?
I'm good.
Good. What's going on?
I'm going to see if I can show this. I don't know how good it'll show.
Oh, your ghost picture?
If you look closer, you can see the face of half a face of a woman where the arrows are pointing.
Oh, I see that. That's not somebody standing right in front of your camera?
No, it's not.
Oh, wild.
It was in a video call. If you zoomed out, if you look, I was in a Zoom call with somebody, and only their face started glitching out. And I took a picture of it to show they were glitching. And then when we did, he saw that face, and he said, "That's my mom's face."
Oh, wow.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
But you can see it there. You can see
Kind of. It's harder to make out, secondhand, but
yeah.
I saw what you were pointing at.
Yeah.
Carly, you got any ghosts in your house?
I don't know. Kinsey talks about ghosts all the time, so probably. They say children can see through the veil more, so.
Right.
Flynn, when he was little, he used to talk about 2 and 3. He used to talk about at night in his room, the fish would swim around in the air.
Ooh.
And so we don't know what that was.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Right.
So Rainy sees stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Now
Like
that we've
what?
derailed your topic,
Yeah.
Carly,
Oh,
go ahead.
Yeah. I was
Pick up where you left
like,
off.
Just super long story short. So
Thank you
they
for
were
that faceless mouse, by the way.
I'm gonna drop down.
Okay, brother. Thanks
they
for calling
were
in.
they were oh hold on, I have to find my phone charger. They were questioning my CIPO diagnosis that I was referred specifically to them for, yada yada yada. So she comes back, my doctor is still not there, and she's like, yeah, again, this is the first time I've seen this bitch, pardon my language, and and she was like, yeah, well, we don't believe that you have your CIPO. I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Pardon me. I was like, 3 years of treatment. I've never met you before. I have the imaging, which is very rare to find, that showed my CIPO, and you're going to tell me after almost 3 years that I don't have it? And I was just like, wow. I was like, okay. I'm very upset. I'm very disappointed, and we'll leave it at that. And I was like, thank you. And she goes, thank you, and fucking ended the call.
Wow.
So because of them, I know disability usually gets denied everybody the first time. They always do it to make you have to get an attorney and pay more money and fucking jump through their hoops.
Right.
So, but because of my CIPO being on the compassionate allowance list, being that it's that severe, it could have potentially gotten approval. But the good news is, guess what else I found out? Woo! Super long story short, back in August, I hurt my chest and I got costochondritis, where I ripped and tore my muscles deep in my chest. And so I was given a one-time script at urgent care for Tylenol 3s. It was like 20 pills. So I've been to probably 6 to 8 of my doctors since August. Since then, the ER once, and I went to the ER for severe TMJ pain last Sunday, and they didn't tell me. It wasn't until the next day I found out from my rheumatologist that they have in my chart that I've been taking Tylenol 3s every fucking day since August.
What?
So they thought that I'm just some fucking opioid
So
addict.
you're some opioid addict. You're right.
Exactly. So now we're gonna go to court with this disability, and all you dumbasses put on there that I'm on Tylenol 3 and you never asked about it, or also the fact that I'm also prescribed naltrexone, which I take at low dose naltrexone.
Hey,
but
Sterling.
I prescribe naltrexone so I don't have to get it compounded with all the fillers.
Yeah,
So I compound it myself, but it looks like I take naltrexone full dose. Well, naltrexone full dose is an opioid blocker. So if any of these idiots would have put 2 and 2 together, opioid blocker plus an opioid, they cancel each other out. It doesn't work that way.
Oh boy.
So this is going to be real fun now going to court, because all these doctors fucked up.
Yeah.
My ex-wife, not that that matters now, but it just made me think of this. My ex-wife was an alcoholic. So she drank all day. She was a closet alcoholic. You didn't always know it, but she would drink all day long. But then she was depressed, and they had her on Paxil. Was that the drug back in the 90s?
Yeah.
Paxil. So she's drinking an antidepressant or taking antidepressants while drinking, which is a depressant. She was fucked up. That's all I can say. She's my ex-wife, by the way. So.
Yeah, healthcare is falling apart. So fuck that. Let's talk about fun stuff.
Right.
I don't traditionally like painkillers unless I really need them.
Me either. They don't even usually work for me anyways.
my doc said after I had the heart surgery, they gave me a bottle of 30.
Oh my God. No, they did not. No, they did not. And I'm cutting in just because I think it's hilarious.
What's it, first of all? What was
C-section. I have a C-section. I got 15 pills. And then if you need more, come back for whatever oxy. He gets hand surgery right here.
Oh yeah,
Little
the little scar on my hand.
He gets 60. He gets
60.
60. I was like, holy! I just had my whole gut cut open and a kid like dragged down and my intestines pushed this way and that way and got 15.
Doc inside her up to her elbow.
And you get 60
trying to move the
pills
baby
for a little slit. Like what the hell?
Yeah, they just I had a locking finger. And so I think it was that finger. And so they just sliced here. It must have been one of these because they sliced here and they had to cut the little ligamental ring, whatever it is that holds all those ligaments in. So it unlocked my finger. And so that's all they did. And they put a Band-Aid around it for a few days and I got 60.
And they gave him a refill. I'm like, you're getting your refill.
And they refilled me.
What?
Because and I went back to my doc. That was the specialist. I went to my doc once, and only on occasion they gave me 30 of those after my heart surgery 6 years ago. And I don't like taking them, but I took them. It helped me sleep because I didn't feel anything. And then they gave me another 30 when I had my hip surgery, my hip replacement. So I kept
just hooking you up,
passing out opioids to me like candy.
Just left and right.
And there was one time, and my doc said, "So, how are you on your opioids?" I didn't use that word, whatever the drug was.
How's your pain been?
You need any more of those?
What?
And I said, I don't use them very much. I said, but if you refill that 30 prescription, I said I can go sell them on the street for $25 a pill.
Exactly.
He went, what? I said. Now he'd been my doctor for many years. And he goes, what? I go, yeah. I said, help put my kid through college. Give me another opioid prescription, please.
You're not supposed to give away selling your scripts. Come on. Look, you could have made a lot of money.
Not that you can't. It's it's another one of those. I don't need you to call in, but I like you to call in. You don't need to sell them. But
no.
You can.
But you can.
Watch, I'll have the FBI knocking on my door now. So.
No, well, I may utilize those services.
There you go. Hey, Carly, first one's free, baby. All right, where's my turn off and hide the? Oh, there it is.
Oh yeah, field guy.
Hey, Teresa.
Wait, Teresa.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, everyone.
I was going to do some talking about Easter today, but we don't have to.
Did you guys do your Easter stuff this morning already?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ellie was up at like 7:30.
No. She was up at like 5:55 because I was folding clothes in the living room. And she came running out 5 minutes to 6 o'clock. I go, what are you doing up? She was candy. She had to go find her candy. And it looked like she knew right where it was, too. Because she ran out in the living room, she went zang right over to the cabinet underneath the TV. And she pulled it out. She was out there for like a minute. I go, well, hey, she didn't even look for it.
Nice.
So,
she has the candy senses, those children.
Right. Yeah,
candy.
like spidey sense. My candy senses are tingling.
So is she all hyped up on a bunch of candy now then?
Oh, probably.
There wasn't much candy in the Easter basket.
Yeah. I gave him raw eggs. I said, here, look, you got them all natural.
They got like four of the little Easter bunnies, the Hershey Easter bunnies, a Cadbury egg, the bag of jelly beans, 3 little containers of Mike and Ike's. Aww. And I don't know. They didn't get I didn't do it. Yeah. I didn't want them to have candy. So I wrote the Easter bunny.
The Easter bunny was stingy this year. I said, yes, he was.
The Easter bunny held out on me this year, man.
Yeah.
Well, the Easter bunny usually brings candy to us, and there was none of that this year.
Yeah, we didn't get any candy this year.
The recession hit the Easter bunny hard.
Let me hop up there and bring you some candy.
That's right. Well, not like Halloween, though, is the difference. My kids, what I was afraid of early on is my kids are going to start equating Halloween to Easter.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about
What's
that.
Easter all about? Do we wear costumes on Easter, Dad? No. Do we have to go door to door? No. The Easter bunny comes and brings it to the house. Oh, really? Like Santa? Yeah, like Santa. So Christmas is Santa. He gives you stuff. Easter is the Easter bunny, Ostera, pagan religions, that gives you candy. And Halloween is where you put on a costume and you go knock on doors and people give you candy. So the usually Halloween haul, though, is so much greater than Easter haul. I mean, pillowcases full of candy.
And that's when you're like, okay, guys, you can sort through your candy and the rest of it. Sorry, I'm taking it.
That's right. That's right.
I let the kids too eat all the candy you want the night before. Just eat while you sort, and then that way the next day they're like, "Oh, candy."
Did it work?
It does. It does.
Patch Malone.
Good job.
Right?
Cavity day, he says.
Do you hear when my AirPods are making noise like my hair? Nope. Okay, good.
Nope. Oh, maybe I did. I thought I heard my kid coming in the door, which is direct line from behind my computer over to the door, and I heard a tink or something like that. So
I have the tragus piercing, so it pushes them out.
Oh.
So they don't stay in my ears like they're supposed to.
Nice.
But I don't want to take my piercing out because they're too cute.
See, tragus piercings, anti-technology.
Get your freaking! You're not humping my leg.
I don't have my big bar in, but hold on. Let me bust out my industrial.
Doesn't let me hump her leg anymore. Maybe once every 28 days. Something like that.
Where are you, industrial? That way.
What's that?
My industrial, my big bar. I was trying
Look
to
at
see that way. Can you see the bar?
Yeah, I can see it.
I have those in my nipples.
Right, that way.
Yeah.
Well, that one.
Hold on it.
My grandparents would make fun of me, and they'd be like, "Is that your antenna?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it gives you better reception."
Well, hi, Lucy. What you doing?
I just want to hump my mom's leg. Sad dog.
Female dog. All she wants to do is hump mom's leg. So.
Well, come on, Mom.
I'm like, Lucy, get in line. Get in line. You want to come up? Come on. Come on.
There's somebody already in line.
Oh.
All right.
All right, come on up. You
big
lug.
puppy.
There she is.
Aww.
What you doing? She's just looking at mom. Just staring at mom. Where's your mom? Where's your mom? There you go.
Hi, baby.
Oh, that's a
The
mama's
tail.
girl. Oh, here comes one of my pussy cats. Come here, Gwenny.
Look at that tail going.
That nub. It's a nubbin. What?
Come on, Gwenny. Oh, hold on. My pussy cat wants to say hi.
Your pussy wants to say hi?
Yeah, my pussy wants to say hi.
Nice.
Stop sneezing. Stop.
Hi, kitty.
Look at the kitty.
Meow.
Look at, right here. Kitty, kitty.
Meow.
Look at kitty.
Meow.
Kitty, kitty, kitty.
Meow.
Get the kitty.
She doesn't
Meow.
even care.
That's our new
She's
kitty.
looking around for our kitty to see if she can attack.
How old's our kitty now? How long have we had him?
Oh, I don't know. I think he was born in like June or something.
So he's almost a year old, but he's a spaz and a half. Every day. So, meow,
No bite.
meow,
No
meow,
bites.
meow, being interpreted. Feed me, feed me, feed me, feed me. And it's like, I just fed you.
No bites.
Every time I'm
They
upstairs and I
want
go
fresh
walking
food.
toward the downstairs, which is where we feed them, he runs, just zing,
It's not
and he
dark out,
cuts
there's no
me off.
monsters.
If I'm turning to go down the hall to the bathroom, he goes around the front of my legs, trying to guide me to the stairs
Uh-huh.
to feed him.
Uh-huh.
It's like, ha, psych, I'm not feeding you again.
I know
And,
our cats are so spoiled. They like
Yes.
fresh. They like their food
That's
to be
spoiled.
fresh. So
That's spoiled right there.
so if they can see the bottom of the bowl, like heaven forbid, they need more food.
Yeah.
And I've got them all spoiled to the point that Josh will feed them in the morning if I'm busy, and they'll just like look at him and look at the food, and they won't even eat it until
Yeah.
I do it.
Well, see, I would feed the kitties, the cat. We got the little one that's under a year, and we've got the old one that's like 16, and old black cat, hardly makes a sound, doesn't run around much anymore. Talk about your rheumatology. And but he's a good cat. He does the quiet meows at me. He looks at me and goes, and he doesn't make a sound.
I
Like,
call
"Hey,
those
Oscar."
I call those ventriloquist meows. My one
There
cat
you go.
does that where they're just and nothing's coming out.
And he's a good cat. He's a great cat, but he's slow and old. And but the I go down and I feed them in the morning, and it's downstairs here. And I was giving them a mix. We'd buy wet cat food, and I'd open one little can and divide it in half and mix it with their dry food. Really?
Oh, you fat puppy, you're hurting me. Ouch.
And so I would mix it all together for them both.
Okay.
And
watch your toes.
then we ran out of the wet food for a while, and it was just another thing on the list. Next time we go shopping, grab some wet food. And it's like Randy said, it's okay if they don't eat wet food every day. I know. They just like it. So I started feeding them dry food. And I'd put the same dry food, put it in their bowls. Oscar would eat it. He'd be fine. Hey, thanks, man. And the kitten, though, was like, meow, meow, meow. And we went for like 3 weeks without buying new wet food, just to mix in a couple of tablespoons into the dry food. And he's like, he would go down and snub the food. And then he would bug me. He would harass me all day long. Got to the point where he got shut out of the bedroom because he'd crawl on my head. He'd fall asleep there, but he'd crawl on my head, and his paw would go in my face. And anytime he woke me up, it was like, meow, meow, meow. I go, get your paws that walk regularly in the litter box off my face. And so, dumb cats. So, Lisa Marie Stucci, how you doing? She goes, repeat,
Lisa.
Hello. Anyone, happy Easter. My SBFHY. I have no idea what that is. I don't, SBFHY, is that two things? SBF and HY? Or is it SBFHY? Happy Easter, Mr. and Mrs. Roberts. I woke up just for the show, despite the fact that I was so late with the fold making 377 meatballs for Easter dinner today. Oh, it's your parents at the Stucci household.
We're coming over.
Yeah.
I
We'll
want
be
meatballs.
over at noon. So
We'll be there
I
too.
would-
Count us in.
I would love to eat at the Stucci household on a holiday.
Scotty,
This is the parents. So
you need to have Scotty. You need to have Rocky on the show again. I miss you
I do.
guys together.
I do. Rocky, if you're out there and you're listening, he listens. He surprises me every now and then.
He just
Rocky,
lurks.
if you're out there, you need to call in, brother.
Rocky
We need
lurks.
to have you on the show. He was
lurks and
here
creeps.
about a month ago, a little over a month ago now. He was up in town visiting his parents. He came over, and we were all sitting around here BSing for a while. And so, miss the old days, that's for sure.
I missed that show, but Josh told me about it. I was so excited that he came up there and got to see you guys.
Yeah, that was great. I got to put on my glasses so I can read the chat room from way over here.
Hey, it's okay.
Hey, Maya Hansen.
We're getting old. I need to go get glasses too. That's on my long list.
These are my computer glasses. So they're bifocals too. But I use these for working on the computer. They don't work for anything else. What?
You found your glasses then?
No, these are I've never lost these. I have my glasses, the ones that the lens popped out of. Can't find the lens anywhere. That's the problem.
Oh,
I think it went
shoot.
through the
You're
wash
making
or
my leg
something,
hurt
and
me.
it's gone. So happy
Hi-
Easter, Maya. Good to
Hi,
see you.
Ellie. Hi, Ellie.
Hi.
Happy
Hi.
Easter.
Happy Easter.
Say hi, Carly.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Kylie.
Hi.
She's the real iCarly.
It's me.
That's her. They made that show after her. She's the real life one. You got black marker on your lip.
So, Rainy, what are you planning on doing for food today? I'm sure you probably don't want to do anything.
How do you
Right.
spell
I'm gonna go up to
girl?
my mom's. I just gotta bring a dish to share,
Oh, cool.
but I don't know what I'm making yet. We'll see.
Yeah, she didn't want to go anywhere today, and her mom invited her, and she said, "Okay, we'll come up."
Well, I asked last week. I'm like,
So-
Ma, are you doing Easter? And she's like, Nah.
Nah, not doing Easter.
And then I was like, okay, cool, because then I'm not going anywhere. I'm just gonna stay home and do nothing. And like 3 days ago, she's like, "Are you coming over for Easter?" And I'm like, "Wasn't planning on it." And she's like, "DJ's coming over," and I'm like, "Oh."
Her brother. So if her brother wasn't coming, she might have ditched.
Yeah.
So now we gotta go over there.
Yeah,
Not that I dislike going over there now. There was a time when I didn't. We all buried hatchets that once existed, and we're all fine. So I like going up there and seeing everybody, but I don't like going anywhere sometimes.
Yeah,
You know?
or when it's last minute plans. Like I don't like that type of stuff either.
Yeah.
Like family will be like, "Oh, we're not doing anything," and then that's why this 11 a.m. reservation was made, because they made it last minute. I'm like, I'm not driving 2 hours to eat some huge dinner meal at 11 a.m.
I thought I was being very nice this morning. I said, you don't have to, if you're tired and you want to stay home, you don't have to go. We don't have to go up to your mom's. Well, no, I want to go. And I go, no, I'm not saying we don't have to. I'm just saying if you don't want to, it's okay. That I'll support you in that decision.
Well, I'm sure she feels obligated to, right?
Right. Once she said yes. Hey, Jeremy Hansen, good to see you, brother.
No, it wasn't when she said yes. It's once a brother was involved, and then just guilt tripping her, making her feel like she had no choice.
And I'm sure her brother's gonna be bringing cakes or cupcakes or candy that he made especially for me.
He made special suckers for the kids too.
Oh, all right, not the.
Is he a baker?
Special.
Yeah.
Is he a baker?
How come you're here coloring?
A special baker.
You're supposed to be upstairs.
I want a special baker.
Right.
We're gonna have adult talk, and I'll make you very uncomfortable.
No, thank you.
Will you go out in the van and see if there's a Pepsi,
Mm.
please?
Yeah, you forgot
Mom
when.
needs a Pepsi. Did you get dry cat food yesterday?
I forgot Pepsi's though. So will you go see if there's a can of Pepsi?
And see if the dry
van?
cat food is in the car too, because it's not down here.
Up in the kitchen.
Have fun, Ellie.
Oh, it's in the kitchen. Okay.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Giving her tasks.
Yeah, so you forgot when Carly comes on, you have to be like, okay, everyone, XXX warning.
Yeah. Okay, now we got about 2 minutes to be XXX. Let's see. Uncle Dave is here. Happy Easter.
Yeah, happy Easter.
Uncle Dave, happy Easter.
Oh, Maya, she's cute on the surface. It's like, oh, that's our cute little girl. Oh, you got like 19 kids, but maybe everybody else's kids are cute. She is the hell on wheels, that little girl. And she's okay. I love her and all that stuff.
Feisty and stubborn. And
oh my God.
Strong-willed. And it's her way or no one's way.
Everything. The worst of everything personality-wise, as far as I'm in control here. You're not. Why are you talking to me? You may leave now. Personality. So I'll take her, said Maya. Woohoo! All right. We'll ship her out.
Where's my other phone? I need my other phone so I can log in and read the comments.
Oh, yeah. I throw some of them up, but
wait.
Field guy
hold
said,
on.
That's why we all love you, Carly.
Thank you. Can you stand by for like 1 minute?
Yeah.
Sure. Absolutely.
Oh, Roger's in.
Roger's in the room.
He's in the other room.
Oh, he's in the other room.
Yeah.
Maya says, that's how our two younger ones are. Yeah. Maya, it's not that we don't love our children. And I don't know why I even have to put that disclaimer out there. It's just that sometimes you're like, can you... it's like I've said it before. The old pre-scandal-ridden Bill Cosby in an old comedy routine from 30 years ago said, when you're a parent of children, he says, especially when they're a little older or you're a little older, he says, you no longer are concerned with what makes justice. You are concerned with what makes quiet. And so I think yesterday I told the kids, I'm trying to watch an episode of Star Trek Picard last night.
Trying to watch an episode of TV while I have a friend over and we want to sit in the living room and he's watching in the living room.
Well, you came in
another room.
I sat down. Everybody was outside because it was nice. It started getting dark. They're all hanging out in the garage and on the driveway. And so I'm the kids and her friend. And so I went and I sat down in the living room. Oh, It's quiet in here. And I said, I know. I will have a bowl of soup and I will watch the new episode of Star Trek Picard. And just as I sat down, had my bowl in my hand, the tuner in the other hand, the remote, and Rainey comes in with her friend, and they're both talking away, la 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 la. And they said, "Hey, we're gonna watch Magic Mike or something." I said,
"Yeah." I said, "Put on Magic Mike XL just for." Because
I said, "You know what?"
That was supposed to be my kind way of suggesting he go somewhere else to watch TV, and he just didn't get it.
I said, "You can watch Magic Mike when I'm done watching my episode of Picard." So I had the TV first. I was there. They barged in and wanted to watch Magic Mike.
I'll remember that the next time you have guests over to like do something, and I'm just gonna go.
Oh, the next time Rocky comes over and you're watching Magic Mike, Rocky and I will come and we'll, hey, turn on porn. And you're gonna go like, no, I'm watching Magic Mike first. So you know what Rocky and I would do? We do our Magic Mike dances in the middle of the living room. Or we walk in the way.
Oh, did you want Jamie and I to reenact Picard for you?
Yeah, would you?
No. Did you find me a Pepsi?
No.
What is this reenactment of?
I found Whiplash.
Picard.
Yeah, the Picard, whatever the show is. I wouldn't
Star
even
Trek
know what
Picard.
to do.
Could you
Let's hear it.
please, child?
I found
You've been told
Whiplash on
several
Wednesday.
times.
Yeah,
I
you
want you
didn't
to go
even
back
look for
upstairs.
I'll be
Thank
back.
you.
I'll be back.
Okay, she'll be back. You be back. You don't have to
Okay.
put on pants though.
I'm trying to put it on the iPad so I could read the comments. So if it starts playing, I'm sorry. Let me mute it. Hold on. I'm sorry. Sorry for the playback.
He had a bowl in his hand, says Lisa Marie. Yes, I had a bowl in my hand.
He had a bowl in his hand.
The green onion slave woman. Oh, the green Orion slave woman. Yes, from Star Trek. Teresa says, LOL, Rainey. Be more direct. Hey, you beat it. It's like, no, I'm here now.
You
so
called
they were
dibs.
outside. They're outside for 2 hours, yakking away, playing with the kids. So I sat down. I went out there for a while. I'm like, I'm going in. I'm going to watch my show. I'm going to have some soup. I made a fantastic potato dill soup yesterday. We had a bag of potatoes, about that big old bag of potatoes. And it sat in, we've got a wooden crate that sits on the bottom shelf of the roll rack in the kitchen. And it obviously had been there for a while because there were all the little bug eyes growing all over the potatoes. And Rainey says, ooh, I think these are bad. I think we need to throw them. I go, no. Set them down. I'll peel them up. Let's see what they look like. That's the nice thing about potatoes that look rotten. You peel them up, and all of a sudden, you're finding there's a fresh potato inside of that. And so I peeled up about 30 potatoes. Took me about a half an hour. And then chopped them all up. I put them in the pressure cooker with chicken broth and onions. I chopped a white onion into it and a little bit of dill seasoning. Put it in there. I never made it in the pot before. It's not a traditional pressure cooker pot. It's one of those new ones. And so I put it in there. It took about 18 minutes or something like that, which seemed long. And then after that, I took it out and I added a little bit of milk. It's going to be creamy. I added sour cream, and I added a block of
cream cheese.
Cream cheese. And then I thought, I'm tasting it. I go, that's pretty good. I put in a little salt, a little pepper. Then I added what else did I put? I put a little bit of pickle juice in there from the jar. Added that. It needed to be a little more dilly, so I put some of that in. And there was one last thing. Oh, it was shredded cheddar. I put that in. And then I mixed it all up. You know what? It blended. There was no chunky cheese in there, and it all blended. It's like, oh, man. It was a thick soup. And then, the last thing I put in, I looked in the fridge. I went, something else I can put in this potato soup. And Rainey had she does a burger grinds it all up and browns it for like tacos or something. There's always a pound left or something. There's about a half a pound of ground beef in the fridge in a Ziploc. I went, oh, potatoes, cheese. Let's put in some meat. So I dumped in the rest of the meat into that and then let it simmer for a little bit. Man, was that good soup. We had a pot about this tall, the pressure cooker pot, like this and like this. And it was like, I have never made a vat of soup that big. And it's almost gone. I put in a Tupperware bowl, about 2/3 full, what was left. And so that was good stuff. Fire it up, says Lisa Marie. I think you're talking about my sitting with a bowl. So
I wish I was up there sitting with the bowl with you.
Yeah. A bowl. Nice. Did you say a bowl or a bowl of soup?
I said a bowl.
Oh, a bowl. There you go. That's why we got to get together with you and Roger. We should all get together.
I'm so sad we missed you when you were here. I feel so bad. I'm like, you were 5 minutes from us, Scotty.
I was driving to North Carolina 2 years ago to pick up my son, Sam, so we could go down to Louisiana and work for a few months. And I went right in Illinois. You're in Illinois, right? Or Indiana?
Right Illinois. On the border. We're in Indiana, though.
And they had a blizzard chasing me. Just the wrong weekend. It was the end of January, and it hit pretty hard. And you couldn't even see on the freeways. And so I pulled off and went to a hotel. And I must have posted it because both Roger and Carly said, that's like 5 miles from us up the road. And so I was going to stop by. And then they had a bad morning, I think is what it was, happened the next morning. And it was just bad timing. And so I passed them by. I waved at your exit.
But what were the odds of that in the middle of the winter that you come to its exit number 220?
And I drive right by your exit.
You come, well, for 5 miles from our exit technically, but you were at exit 220 where the dairy farm is.
Yep.
Huge dairy farm. Like people flock all over to see that dairy farm and the cows and stuff. It's insane. And it just keeps expanding every year.
And what was nice, I was going, this way down to, it looks backwards, I think, on the computer, but going down to North Carolina to get Sam. And that morning, it's in the blizzard, it's all that, and then it's lightened up now. But as I drove about an hour and a half away from your house toward the green grass.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Out of it. Yeah.
We have wild weather because, I'm originally from Northwest Indiana, so like 45 minutes north of where I am now and like where you were. Where I grew up was like 30, 45 minutes from Chicago. That
right.
Close. Now I'm about 45 minutes further south of where I used to live.
Anywhere near the big quarry? That big quarry when you're going east on, is it 90 or 94 still?
Yep, 80, 94, 94. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I used to love watching that. And when I was little, we drive past. When I was little, to me, it was like it was the Grand Canyon because it looks so big when you're young.
And that's I drove back and forth to Detroit a lot in my earlier adult years, and had friends out there. And I would always go down around Chicago. And there's no way to really circumvent Chicago unless you go really south in Indiana and cut up. And then you're adding 2 hours onto your trip. So, I'd always I'd face the storm in Chicago. And you pull through and then you start getting on the tollway. And it was, when I was younger, it was 35 cents. It's a quarter and a dime to go through the tollway. Now I think it's like $1 or something like that. But
it's insane now. Oh my gosh! Like to go to Chicago from here, I think the tolls, like I think one way is like $10.
Yeah.
And then parking and.
I would get just a roll of quarters and a roll of dimes whenever I set out for Detroit to and from. And so, and you pass all the Belvedere Plaza. You pass all the restaurants that are up on the bridge, gas stations and restaurants. And sometimes you stop, sometimes you kept going. But yeah, finally, you'd finally pass like Gary, Indiana.
Gary, that's where I went to school, and the
Oh,
number
really?
one. Yeah,
Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana.
Indiana University, one of the biggest schools in Indiana. I went to a small branch that was in Gary. So it's just funny because if I mention where like I'm from, most people don't know, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm like 15 minutes from Gary, Indiana. What used to be the #1 murder capital of the entire country.
I didn't know that when I was passing through there.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I did back in the late 80s. I was publishing comic books, writing and illustrating, publishing comic books.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
You need to do that again. Your sketches
Comic
that you were showing of I'm going to say it wrong, but like the superhero ones.
Oh, yeah. The Team Ron or Team Don.
You need to make those into comics, Scotty.
We should. That company, I'm partnered with 2 other guys. One of them's big conservative radio talk guy, Matt Locke.
Oh, I know Matt Locke.
The other one's, his name is Chris. He's a big IT guy that works for a lot of these big conservative companies. And so they're running the whole business side of that. I'm doing the art. And just some amazing, amazing things happening. That site's going to launch. It was supposed to launch last week. You got 2 IT guys building the site. I said, I could have built that site, guys, on GoDaddy, like the Sword in the Clay site or whatever. And I said, it's so easy. We can do it. Does the same thing. Looks pretty because we make pretty graphics. And they'll go, oh, no, they're IT guys. So they got to make sure it's doing all the stuff they want it to do. And I get that. That's what they bring to the table. And so that's dragged on a week longer than we would have liked it. But hopefully this week, we will now see the launch of PatriotPropagandaApparel.com. I don't know if you can go there. You might be able to go there now and see something. PatriotPropagandaApparel.com. You might be able to
throw the link in the chat?
What's that?
Can you throw the link in the chat?
Yeah, I will. As a matter of fact, let's see if it's still on here. Oh, there it is. Let's go back to... one of the collections I was looking at. I didn't know if I could get in just because I've got the original password and I'm signed into it as they were building it. Here, I will paste this link, guys, and you can go take a look at this. You can go see if it's up. And are you up yet?
Look, I can see now. I've not been reading anybody's comments, so I need another tripod holding my iPad up so I can read.
Yeah.
I need a proper studio set up.
But that's why, by the way, back to the story, that's why I went to Gary, Indiana. One of my distributors for the comic books was, and I don't even remember the name of the company, but they were located in Gary, Indiana. And there were 3 big ones. Capital City was in Madison. So I drive down to Madison to do business with them. Then I go continue on down to Gary, Indiana. And I remember getting off the highway, and they were a big distributor. And I pulled in. This is 1988. That's how long ago this is. Probably before you were born.
That's when I was born.
88? Yeah. Well, so I pulled in there, and it was a little strip mall-y type of looking office building. I'm like, this can't be the place. And then you walk in, and it smelled like cigarette smoke. I didn't smoke back in 1988. So I was like, it smells like cigarette smoke in here. And it was wood paneling, the cheap wood paneling you buy at Menards, on the walls, and dirty carpet. And I thought, I'm looking around and I see, there's the logo. This is the place. And but they did a lot of good distribution for me, which was fantastic. So that's what took me to Gary, Indiana.
You were worrying me with where that story went. I thought you were going to be like...
It was a crack house.
It was not even... It was not the business at all. Next thing I know, I was abducted.
Yeah, I was abducted. There, Raini is sitting in one of the big chairs over there now. She put pants on.
Yeah, Gary used to be an amazing city. It was for the steel mills and everything, and it
Guys,
was
you got to see this.
beautiful.
What she's eating. Look at this. This is called Our Kids Don't Do Their Chores. So look at this. Let's see if I can turn this all the way around so you can see it. There she is. She's eating her toast on the lid of a gallon bucket of ice cream.
Yes.
You know why?
Because you
There are
don't
no
have
clean dishes.
your dishwasher's still broke, right?
Yeah, it's trying to get we rent this house, and so trying to get them to fix it is time consuming.
Oh yeah.
And at the same time, they're gracious to us and all of that when we have slow months and stuff. So I don't make a big deal of shaking about it. But the bad side is I would have to then there. By the way, there's last shot of Rainy now wearing pants, eating gluten-free toast off of a vanilla ice cream gallon lid.
Hi,
Because-
pants wearing Rainy.
What's that?
I said hi, pants wearing Rainy.
Yeah, there she is. Frankly, I like her without.
I
But
thought it was a pantsless party.
that's a whole. Are you pantsless?
No.
Oh, there. See, how can it be a party? Well, it
I'm
can.
sorry.
So there. She's eating on a lid. I thought that was worth looking at.
That's epic.
Gary
Hey,
was something special back in his prime, says Roger. Every type of business industry seemed to exist there at one time or another.
It used to be such a beautiful city, and I'll have to send you my link, Scotty. I think it's on my Facebook. But I did modeling for years.
Oh,
and
I'm not surprised.
Thank you.
You're
and
welcome.
one of the actually two photographers I worked with, I forgot, there was two separate ones. We did 2 or 3 photo shoots in Gary, and they have these abandoned churches that are just beautiful inside, like excuse me, all the stained glass is still intact, but like inside it's just collapsed, and like it's like a beautiful disaster. And so
Yeah.
we did photo shoots there, and then one was in I think I forgot what it like an old library, or not old library, some other type of old building. And with that one was really cool. I'll have to send you the link for the shoots, but like people were like, "Oh, that dress you were wearing was amazing." I was not wearing a dress. The photographer took this red fabric and wrapped it around me and made it look like a dress with this long tail that went down the stairs of the building. And oh my goodness,
cool.
the pictures just turned out incredible. So like it's sad. It was a beautiful, beautiful city, and now it's just collapsed, and it's
that's too bad.
Crime and everything.
Yeah, I've heard bad things about Gary, but I didn't know any of that when I was doing comics in the 80s. So
yeah, I mean, I'm sure in the 80s it probably definitely was the #1 murder capital. I don't know if it still is, but it was for a very long time. Gary,
I know Rainy was 7 or 8 when I was doing that. So,
and I was just born.
And you were 4.
Just born.
No, I said just born.
Just born. Right. You said that earlier. So,
but yeah, I'll have to send you that link, because it's really cool that amongst all the fallen disaster of Gary, that there's still beautiful pieces inside of it. It was such a cool experience.
It just seemed like a very gray place to me when I was there in '88.
Yeah,
everything was gray. It was grays and brown, and it just wasn't a pretty place when I was there.
No, it was already falling apart back then.
So
what happens if I press chat on the actual phone that I'm talking to you with? Because I've never done that before.
I don't know. I think it'll let you call in, or it shows you the chat.
Let me press it just to see. It's not going to kick me out, is it?
Everybody,
Ah!
I think it just shows you the chat.
Oh no, it just shows in the studio chat, our secret chat.
Oh, got it.
Only the behind the scenes can see
the
that
behind the scenes chat. Oh, that button, private chat, probably.
No, in the studio of StreamYard, it has mic, cam, chat, more, and leave. So I pressed chat, but that's for in the StreamYard studio.
Roger says there isn't enough people left in Gary to have a high murder rate anymore. They've all been shot by now. Nice.
That's true, Roger.
Let's move, honey.
Can I tell an epic Gary story?
Yeah, please do.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So it would have been like 10 years ago or so. We were going to downtown Gary where they were holding the graduation ceremony.
Wow.
And my mother had gone back to school to get her degree, finish her degree. So we were going, hold on, I have to switch my AirPods. If anybody uses AirPods or like ones that have two, the trick to them is, I gotta get the other one to connect, is you hear me? No, I don't think that one connected.
I can still hear you.
The left one isn't wanting to connect, but I use one at a time, so that way the other one is charging, and then when the other one gets dead, I switch them, and then two, I like to do that because I can have one in my ear listening to music softly all day long to keep me in my
on your stereo. No,
but
stereo.
It keeps me in the zone with my one AirPod in, so you know all the chaos I got to deal with. I'm listening to my music, and then I have the other ear. I won't have one in, so I can hear perfectly fine.
Right.
Tips and tricks for anybody if you want to listen to your music all day. But I have to tell the epic Gary story. Hi, Uncle Dave.
Tell us the epic scary Gary story.
Okay, so we are going to my mom's graduation ceremony in downtown Gary, which is not the bad part of Gary, we'll put it that way.
Okay.
And we're getting ready to cross Fifth Avenue, which is like the worst street in Gary.
Wonderful.
And my mom's side of the family is with us, so her sister and husband, so my uncle was with us, and he was a hunter and had a lot of guns and everything. So we're getting ready to cross the street, and this car turns the corner, and all of a sudden, out of their window, they drop a gun.
Oh, free gun.
So, my uncle, who is big in guns, he goes and he just picks this gun up, puts it in his suit pocket, and we just go into the ceremony. And this lady behind us, she's like, "Oh no! Oh my God!" and like freaking out. And my uncle's just like, "This is mine now." It's like, if that was just dropped out of a window on Fifth Avenue in Gary, it was probably used for murder or
crime
of the least, you know. But my uncle liked the gun, so he swooped that thing up.
Nice. Did he unload it? I hope.
I think he kept it. The serial numbers were scratched off already, of course.
Of course.
So yeah, I just thought that was really funny because, I mean, if a gun's getting dropped out of a window anywhere, especially in Gary, you know that it was not being used for good purposes. But then my uncle from Southern Illinois is just like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna take this. This is mine now."
Yeah, if I saw somebody
always good to have one unmarked gun.
What's that, Dave?
That it's always good to have one unmarked gun, something the government doesn't know about.
At least one unmarked gun.
Uncle
Dave. Uncle Dave, you're looking very Gandalf-y this morning.
Yes. The beard is in full glory.
The hair
I
is
was
good.
just about to say that. The beard is very fluffy this morning, Uncle Dave. Did you do some extra beard care this morning?
No, just the normal stuff.
Did you come to say hi to Uncle Dave? What is that?
Chocolate Cadbury egg.
No.
Ew.
No. You're mean.
I don't like these.
You finished eating it and you stole it, you jerk.
I don't like these, but I just took a bite.
I was just being like the dog or the cat that steals, and everybody goes, "Oh, the cute dog stole my thing. Oh, the cute dad stole my egg."
That doesn't make you cute. That's just gross.
Be like Kaylee. Kaylee used to unwrap candy, and then if she didn't like it, she'd just wrap it up and put it back in the bowl.
Grumpy Stack.
Grumpy.
How's it going?
How you doing? Happy Easter, brother.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
I actually got
Grump.
sleeves on. Look.
I
Wow.
thought you got sleeves on.
You look
Show us your sleeves.
I got my sleeves on today.
you look amazing, Grumpy.
Thank you.
You look good, brother. It's going to be pushing 80 degrees here in a couple of days.
Yeah, I walked outside in my shorts to go find me a Pepsi, and it was like, ooh, there's warm. There was warm in the air with the breeze.
Oh
Well,
yeah. Oh, and the
It was
sun's
60 yesterday, and it's going to be 60-ish again today. And
Rainy.
Well,
Can
send
you be in the
send
sun?
that 80 down here.
Not long.
Not long.
Not long.
Well, the sun this time of the year is very intense. The UV is very intense. So I would highly recommend getting outside, between like 10 and 2 and for however long you can
look at this-
stand.
look at
And
this
and
ceramic
get some of
complexion.
I'm not saying
milky
for that
white
part. Her
complexion.
complexion's beautiful. No, I'm not talking about
Ah.
that part. I was
And
meaning
it's-
for the vitamin D.
right.
It's an all over milky white complexion.
Mhm. But for the vitamin D, sit out there for just like 5 minutes, or whatever, and
Yeah.
or if you're able to like lay out for 5 minutes and throw your bathing suit on and actually like full on lay out for 15
Right.
minutes,
You should do that.
because
It's not that warm yet.
I sat out.
but the sun's intense. It was only 56 here yesterday, but the UV was a 6. So as long as you don't move, if you're laying out for a few minutes and you don't move, that sun is so intense that you feel warm. It doesn't feel cold. I laid out.
I was out with
yesterday.
the kids yesterday, and they're playing on the driveway. We're sitting around in the chair. We finally pulled the lawn chairs. We got those steel ones, that are in kind of the S shape. And so we pulled those up onto the drive.
The 1950s lawn chairs.
What's that? Yeah, 50s, the 50s style. And so we're sitting there, and I was sitting in the sun, and I was like, whoa, that sun is strong today. I sat there. I was in a short sleeved shirt. It was about 60, 65 on our driveway, which soaks up the sun, makes it hotter. And so I got a little sun yesterday. You see, I even burned my nose.
I
See how
see
red
that.
my nose is?
See, that's what I'm talking about. This time of the year, the sun is really intense, so it's a good time of the year to be out just for a few minutes and soak up that vitamin D, especially all of us in the northwest region. All of us technically should be supplementing.
So it's supposed to be, they're saying 58 today. It already feels warmer than that. 65 tomorrow, 74 Tuesday, Wednesday, 78 degrees.
It was
Yeah,
49
buddy.
degrees at like 3 in the morning here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was almost 50 in the middle of the night.
it dropped. It was almost in the 30s here last night too. Yeah.
We've been in the 50s at night over here. 2 weeks ago or last week it was in the 90s, feeling like 100. Then we got
You got humidity.
we got the big cold fronts come through, and it's been in the 60s. I don't think we're supposed to get up to the 80s until like Friday or Saturday of next week.
All right.
So
Well,
you can
I'm
take
not
your
a
weather
big-
back.
I'm not a big fan of the 80s. I like it 65 to 75 is my perfect range of temps. Starts getting into the 80s, it starts getting too hot, especially if it's humid.
I'll tell you one thing though. It's a whole lot different. I grew up north, out on Long Island, and I've been living down here for 17 years. Anytime it gets down below 65, I have to have a sweatshirt and a hat now.
Because the cold feels so different, doesn't it?
It does. It's like a friend of mine when I was up in New York said he had moved to Las Vegas and came back. He's like, man, everything my blood thinned over here and over there, and now I'm cold. I couldn't believe him. Now it's like, okay.
No,
Maybe he was telling the truth.
seriously, we lived in Phoenix and Scottsdale, Arizona for a little while. And like, first of all, people say, "Oh, it's dry, the dry cold, the dry heat." The cold in Arizona, it went to your bones. It was not like Northwest Indiana cold. And then the heat, people were like, "Oh, it's a dry heat. It's not bad."
It's a
was
dry
like,
heat.
it was like laying in a tanning bed with a heater on you and blowing heat at you. Like, you could not.
Yeah.
I don't know how people live out in Arizona and stuff. Like,
I
over
was in
100 and the humidity or not the humidity, the dryness. Like, it didn't make a difference. It was unbearable. Like, you couldn't do anything outside.
I was in Phoenix, Arizona in the summertime, and I have a friend that lives in Phoenix, and he's like, "Oh, it's not bad out. You know, it's 120 degrees, but it's not bad out." I stepped out of my truck and I was like, "Oh my goodness, it's like standing in a convection oven."
Right.
You know, I went to Phoenix once. It was 114 degrees, and I was down there for a convention. 114 degrees, but it was not humid, and it was like I could handle this. It wasn't that bad.
Where'd you say, Scotty?
Phoenix.
Oh yeah, when you went, you liked it? You crazy?
Well, I wasn't in love with it. It was hot still, but it was dry hot.
Oh,
and so it was like up here when it gets to be 105 degrees up here.
It's humid,
which happens every summer.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually 95 dew point, and you know, you're like drenched just walking into the air. You form beads of sweat all over your body just for walking outside the door.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that there's not the humidity, but that dry heat, no, it is heat so index. Hot.
It almost feels like you're stepping out and drowning.
Yeah,
how hot it gets.
It's oppressive.
Ellery, I bought you a bag of jelly beans for Easter, and they're very good. I'm eating them.
Make way for Mom. Make room for Mom.
They're the Jolly Rancher ones. They got great flavor.
You'll get one left when Uncle Dave's
Mom had
done.
to get you another chocolate because I ate yours.
Did you not see the tears in her eyes?
No, I didn't see tears. You're crying over chocolate?
You took my chocolate.
That was her very first Cadbury egg, and you ate it.
I ate only half of it. It was very good.
You ate all of it.
Well, I ate half. You already had some in your mouth.
You ate all of it.
There were bite marks all over it. I just ate the rest. Here, let me open that for you.
No. Take that upstairs so Dad doesn't eat it.
Take that upstairs so Dad doesn't eat it.
Wow, Dad and I both ate your candy. Oh my God!
Oh, you have fun chewing that. They're kind of caramely, waddy feeling inside of that chocolatey caramel.
Just imagine you're not even 8 yet. You'll never have candy again. Oh my God!
Right.
I used to like them, but I don't really like them anymore. The Cadbury ones, at least.
Look at that.
These are the chocolate cream eggs.
Yeah, that's what we need to see.
Oh, I don't watch it.
They're gluten free, so I don't eat them.
What?
You have pants on?
Free?
They're not. I don't think.
They're not. Sorry, I thought you said they are. Yeah, no gluten here either.
And full of soy. I try to stay away from the soy.
No gluten, no soy, no dairy. Because you have Hashimoto's, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't do candy.
We are very similar, Rainy.
Yeah.
We need to talk about our illnesses one day.
Right? Yeah.
We're gonna have a Rainy and Carly chronic illness Sunday.
There you go. Tune in at 9. So
okay, probably not at 9.
Chronic Wife Chronicles. Roger just
Scotty and I share stuff too. We're both pains in the asses.
Yeah, we are.
Agreed.
I'll just stay in the background.
Okay.
I'll stay in the studio.
Okay.
Just to watch the antics.
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
I have a new phone mount, Scotty, so my phone, I don't have to have shaky.
See, that's nice because you sit there and you're shaking or you're holding your phone. I was like, go get one of those little ring light things.
That's
what I'm using.
$12. Rearrange the entire room.
What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? Yada yada. Bada bada.
I have my inflatable Murphy bed.
Finish it.
Cool.
I was gonna say that looks like a Murphy bed back there. I was just looking at it, and it looked without my glasses like a tall, like a Stanley toolbox. And I thought,
It's
Oh, it
actually giving me
does.
a inflatable bed that I stand on end, so I actually have room to walk around in the room. But
right, yes.
I finished it.
Oh,
Mhm.
so sad for me.
Did you enjoy it though, or was that gross?
Was it good?
Having it full in your mouth?
Candy makes the tears go away.
I
That's so,
already ate half of my
that's
I
bag.
have
so
my
little
new easel
compassion.
set up and
Cry over candy.
my big screen TV.
You ate it all.
I know, and it was good. Weren't you happy for me that I enjoyed it?
No.
There's still a few jelly beans left.
Chocolate.
Where's your love?
Diabetes and shouldn't eat candy.
Where's your
There's
love?
still
Yeah.
a few jelly beans left, sweetie.
She was crying
Not
because she
your
knows my
eating.
blood sugar will go up now.
Yeah, I am because they're
Quit
really
that candy,
good.
Your blood sugar's gonna
They're
go
really
up.
good. I'll have to get you another bag. They're not sold out because they're
Scotty,
really good.
Yeah.
how sensitive are you with your insulin?
I don't know, but I don't notice it when it's really high. I'll notice it when I get a low.
Scotty's used to it being in the high.
I'm used to it being high. I'm on this meter now. It's permanently attached to my arm for 2 weeks at a shot. And I can take my blood sugar. And last night I woke up. Will you either
I just ran her toes
stand
over.
there? Well, that's because you're crowding in. Sit down
Sit down now.
or go play somewhere else.
She's like, "Where's
So-
the Ellery can?"
So with my blood sugar, it's like last night I woke up middle of the night and I thought, oh, I haven't taken my blood sugar for several hours because it's the middle of the night, obviously. And I thought, I'll just take my blood sugar. Hold the phone over there. Beep, beep. I look and it said hi. And I thought, oh, hi.
Oh, hi, good morning.
Oh, good morning. And
Oh.
but no, it was too high. It was over 400.
Over
Oh, geez.
400. Holy
But I
moly.
didn't feel anything. I'm like, well, that's odd. And I
'Cause you're
got
used
up.
to it, you're right.
So I got up and I went and I got a temporary quick fix shot type of thing, the short term. And I thought, well,
Over
maybe that'll
4.
help it come back down. And went up and started folding laundry and making coffee.
That's
And,
almost that's almost diabetic coma high.
I know, but I've been
He's
there
Used to
before.
being high, and his other meter, where you poke the finger and do the blood, it
Mhm.
goes out at 700, or is it 600?
600.
And it aired out a few times on that one, so it's just he's used to being high.
And it's not like that's why I went and got the meter, and I thought the meter's going to help me because then the alarm will go off on my phone and it'll tell me you're too low. It doesn't have an alarm for too high, it has an alarm for too low.
That's
And, well, I
silly.
turned off the too high one.
When was the last time you did a blood work, and what was your A1C?
Oh, a couple of months ago I was at 11, 10.8. And up from 8 a few months before that.
I was at 12.5 when they first checked mine.
So, and it comes and goes. I get down to 7 and 8 where it's supposed to be, and then sometimes it'll jump up. I ran out of shots for about a week, and I don't know why I had run out of one of my shots, and it was a week before I got it filled, and then they did the blood test on me when I came in, and my A1C had jumped.
Well,
But,
I mean, I know A1C is average of the last 3 months. Your blood sugar, and
yeah, but I can change my A1C in a week. I could go in and get 8, and if I eat properly or less than properly, I can go in and I've changed my A1C.
But if you just eat properly all the time, it just gets really low.
That's like if I eat grass and tree bark.
Oh, you don't have to eat grass.
So
I don't eat. I have steak dinners all the time.
We're tying into an old joke from earlier.
We're eating grass and bark, Uncle Dave. That's our new nutrition.
That's our thing.
That's not my thing.
That's our thing. Back
where I'm
off.
at right now. See, I feel pretty normal right now, but I'll guarantee you it's high. Let's see.
My last A1C was a 5.2, and I'm hoping to drop that down to like a 4.8.
I'd like to be back down to 7.
I must be forgetting my A1C. I'm thinking of like the regular number. I don't remember what my A1C one was.
I don't have to
I
be
need to have mine
anymore.
retested because I'm pre-diabetic.
Mine's
Are you?
50.
Yours is what, Rainy?
5.5.
Her A1C.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I want to say mine was like a 7 something.
Now, see, for a healthy 60-year-old, the 60-year-old, the 70-year-old, it's supposed to be right around 7.
God damn it.
Do you want me to do it?
Scan error. No, it gets an error.
Yeah, the Mayo Clinic wants to lowering that number.
There.
Yeah.
And the reason they are is because when you get back into the healthy
Otherwise,
range,
you gotta
you're not
take
buying
everything
meds
off.
from them. Oh, no.
Exactly.
We can raise that number and still sell meds. I took mine from a 12.5 to a 7, and he's like, "Wow, I'd really like to see you get lower than that." But we'll just stay on the meds.
That's where I am right now after being 84 or being 400 plus in the middle of the night. Now I'm at 84, which is right in range.
Yeah.
So, and I'm usually right in range. And when I go low, I'll feel it. That's where I feel it. I can feel a little like my chest fluttering. I get sweat. I start to sweat a little bit and maybe get a little dizzy. And I'm like, it's not dizzy like falling down dizzy. It's like loopy dizzy. And I'm like,
see, when
I think my blood sugar's low, and I'll test and I'll be like 43. And I'm like, Jesus, how'd I get so low? And I got
lucky. I only had one A1C where it was a 6.8, and they said I was in the diabetic range. And I don't have diabetes now, but the thing is, if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to as far as eating all my meals in the middle of the day, if I'm real busy, I'll start getting lightheaded and everything, and I gotta stop and get me a candy bar or something to bring that sugar up.
Yeah. And there was one time I know I'd already been diagnosed with diabetes back 20 years ago. And the summer that I met Raini, well, I knew her, but when we started dating, that summer I had lost a lot of weight. I went out and I was biking every day. I'd bike 6 miles was my course. I'd sometimes do it twice, 6 to 12 miles a day biking. And
well, you had the gym system in your office too.
What?
You had the weight system in your office.
I did. I had the weight limit. I had a Soliflex back
was
then.
Was it the P90? Oh, Soliflex. That's
Soliflex. And so I had dropped 70 pounds, and because I had shot up to like 280, and I was down to 210 when Rainey and I started dating. But I went into my doc. The point I'm making, I went into my doc, and all I did was I changed my diet habits. I wasn't doing anything extreme. I just wasn't eating so much junk, and biking. And my doc said, "Wow." He said, "Your A1C is like 6.8." He goes, "How did you do that?" And I said, "Well, I smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day, doc." And he goes, "God damn it, Scott." And I go, "No, seriously." I told him what I did. He said, "If I didn't know you had diabetes, I wouldn't diagnose you with diabetes off of this." Now, remember that back then, 15, 18 years ago, it wasn't 5 was a good low A1C. It was like 8. Anything under 8, you're and now they lowered that now. So,
they keep lowering it
to get more people on
insulin. It's to push meds.
Yep, to push meds, to push insulin.
That's exactly right.
And that's like with me. Okay, my BMI when I was at my heaviest, I was over 61. That's a high BMI. That's morbid.
I know what BM is.
Body mass index.
I had a gargantuan BMs.
I'm so proud of you, Grumpy.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Pretty good.
But
food is
right
medicine.
now I'm still considered overweight because I'm at a 27 BMI. Now I'm at 170
and still be overweight. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
well, I'm
think
at 1
lose anymore. Holy moly, man.
Well, the thing is I can lose it. It's just it's going to take a long time because it's pretty much all the excess skin that I have. And I'm not going to cut that off. But I'm at 179 as of today. I range from 172 to 184. And from my height, I'm supposed to be like the cutoff range for overweight is 163. If I got down to that, I'd look like a crackhead.
No, how tall are you?
When I met Rainey,
5'9".
When I met Rainey, I was 210 to 212. was my weight.
Mm-hmm.
I was 6 foot tall back then, and but I'm a huge frame. I got a huge shoulders, huge rib cage, and at 212, I was like skinny. If I'd have gotten under 200 pounds, it'd have looked like I was on death's door. And so I was pretty skinny when I met.
Are you like 4 foot tall,
but I was skinny.
No, I'm I was 5'9". I think I'm about 5'7" now. But Scotty, you met me and you saw my bone structure. My bone structure,
and I was hugging your head.
Yeah, I was 300 pounds at that time, and my bone structure is huge because I was always a big guy.
Sit still, or go play in the other room. Okay.
Now I pretty much have like my stomach is flat. Like if I have clothes on, you'll see it's like a straight line down, but it kind of dips in a little bit because my rib cage is so big.
Yeah, and that's cool.
My wife said that doesn't look normal.
You just have a bigger rib cage frame. That's all. You wouldn't think it or like look at me, but like I have a rather large rib cage as well, at least for my size and compared to girls. So I totally get what you're saying.
Okay, go.
Yeah, but I mean,
do what Mom said.
Even my arms and my legs are a lot bigger than you know. So I don't think I look goofy. I just don't look normal.
You just know you're just not used to what you're looking like right now. That's all.
And honestly, I'll tell you right now, I put on these jeans that I'm wearing today. They're a 32. When I picked them up and I looked at them, I was like, "There's no way in hell I'm getting those over my hips."
32.
Well,
32.
32 is crazy.
That's awesome.
When I'm in good shape, I'm between a 36 and a 38 when I'm skinny. So
yeah. If I get down to 199, I'll be super happy.
Yeah, Dave, I don't think you have the frame to be 199 though. You'll be 199 and you'll be too skinny.
I don't think so.
You're probably. I think you're a lot like me body wise, and like I say, 210, 205 is my perfect target weight, and then I'm doing good. I'm in good shape, and I look good. And I'm wearing 36s. So.
See, 205 was my goal weight to start, or actually 200 was my goal weight. And once I got down to 199, I was like, let me push it a little farther to see how it goes. And there are a couple of people that have come up to me and said, "Man, are you sick?" I'm like, "No, I'm healthy now." But for the most part, you know, I feel real comfortable at this weight.
Yeah.
Good for you, and you should. And sorry, I gotta say this, but fuck people, dude. Pardon me.
Yeah.
Fuck people and their fucking judging and criticizing and bullshit. I might go on a little rant here, but like for me, for example, I've always had a very high metabolism. I've had undiagnosed Hashimoto's my whole life and all kinds of chronic illnesses that were not found until now. And so I, back then, was the person that could eat like a whole tray of brownies and I would never gain anything because my metabolism was so high. And so I've dealt with people and their judgment and all that, but still to this day, because I have invisible chronic illnesses, you can't see them. I don't look sick on the outside, so I get judged. Or, oh, my body weight is fine, so you know, you're fine, you're not sick, there's nothing wrong with you. Like, just because of that doesn't mean I'm not sick. And it's like the same thing for you guys to say that. Like, I don't, hopefully he won't get mad, but Roger, when we were doing the autoimmune protocol hardcore, which we're gonna get back to, that's the diet I was talking about. When he was eating that, he felt the best he ever had. His GI system was his GI system is really bad too, and it was the best ever. And he was, I think, 165, maybe 170, and he's 6'1". And his family to other people were like, "What's wrong with you? You look sick. You look so wrong." And Josh was like, I feel good. I says, best I felt in my whole life.
Wow.
And they're like, and his parents, especially his mom, was like, well, you look sick. You look like there's something wrong with you, yada, yada. I was just like, you know what? Like, fuck people, dude. I'm sick and tired of their judging and criticizing this. You know what they're doing when they're saying that shit? They're projecting what they hate about them fucking selves. So whenever people talk shit, 99.9% of the time, just remember that when people talk shit like that, it's because they're miserable with themselves and they're just projecting their own issues onto you to try and make themselves feel better.
People who are comfortable with themselves are happy. They don't need to criticize other people.
Nope.
See, I was comfortable at 250. To tell the truth, but I wanted to push myself and see if I can actually get healthy.
Yeah,
and I got down to when I got down to 220 when I was doing all the biking. I was comfortable and I looked good, but I wanted to keep. You're in that mode. I want to keep going. I want to see where I'm going.
Yeah,
and I got down to the lowest. I
topped out at 500, and
the lowest I weighed in was 205,
and started changing. I dropped down to 280,
went back up to 210.
And now I'm kind of bouncing. I plateaued there for a long time, and I'm bouncing back and forth between 280 and 300 and stuff. And
and
good for you.
And honestly, you know, at 250, I was comfortable, and I wanted to push more to see how much better I felt. And Uncle Dave, you if you really want to do it and try to get down to the 199, I'd say do it, because you feel comfortable now. It feels so much better. It feels so much better, and it relieves a lot of the stress on your knees.
Stress on your
whole body,
And Grumpy, I'm not discouraging him from going down to 199.
Well, and I'm throwing my back out a lot.
Probably start getting too skinny.
Yeah. No, but see, Dave, how tall are you?
6. Well, before the accident, 6'2", and with my 2 compressed discs, I'm actually right around 6 right now.
I was going to say, Dave, 30 years ago, you were a lot taller.
Yeah,
and I thought maybe you just got old man's disease like me, because
I have two ruptured discs in my back,
7/8. You know, so
well, with that accident that I had I had compression fractures all over my spine. I think I lost about an inch or 2.
Gross.
Yeah, it wasn't good. That's pretty much why I couldn't walk more than 5 feet without being in excruciating pain. And then
you know what? Fat guys, and I know this, my doc told me, because I got more belly fat than way more than I'd like to have. But it'll curve your spine, because your belly weight pulls your spine.
Yeah.
And so your spine curves, and it takes your height out.
And that was me. I mean, I was big all the way around. Like my legs and my arms are about half the size they were, but most of my weight was in my belly. I mean, I was, I was struggling to get into a size 64 pant.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm literally half of what I was.
Yeah, literally.
I got to cable up here or lose everything.
Here. Sarah said people associate rapid weight loss with cancer. I would say also drug use.
Drug use, yeah.
Or
some people.
Disorders.
We've got a good friend of ours that she was a good-looking woman, younger than Raini. She was in her 20s, late 20s, and she lost some weight, and she looked like fucking awesome. But then she kept losing weight. And then she got the gaunt cheekbones and all that. And Rainey said, she's doing meth. Sure enough, she was. She lost all her boobs, and she just, because she wasted everything away.
Well, look at what just happened to me at the doctor's office. Like I said, I have a high metabolism, and even though I have Hashimoto's hypothyroidism, that should mean I gain weight, but I'm the opposite.
And so back and forth from hyper to hypo.
Yep. And so here I went to the ER for severe TMJ pain, and instead of going over my chart like they're supposed to, and I would have heard them say an opioid, Tylenol 3, they did not. and they just automatically judged me because I had to go by myself because I wasn't going to have Roger and Kinsey drive up again.
Yep.
Because we won't go into the last ER experience, but they just look and judge me and thought that I was an opioid addict coming in for more opioid pills or a meth head or whatever.
You don't have the features. Most meth heads, when you see them, it seems that they have this really gaunt, and they got the lines here.
And I can get that.
I got those lines.
I can get that sometimes. But
yeah,
like,
I have the lines exaggerated. I mean, they just walk around. Their skin is so tight around there. They get the lines going up here. Not these. They get it like here from the chin up. And gaunt cheekbones. And we saw.
Well, look, I haven't done any meth. I got the little rooster tail or whatever it is.
Rooster tail. Yeah. So.
But I get judged on that BS all the time, and it's really sad, especially when it's done in the healthcare field, like especially like what happened in the ER. Like, I'm sorry for bringing it up again, but I'm like still hung up on this because this has literally been affecting my healthcare since August because of a one-time acute incident getting prescribed an opioid that I still had left over. I didn't even take them all. And somebody put in my chart that I was taking those Tylenol 3 opioids every single day since August.
Can't they look at your prescriptions though? Like,
they're supposed to go over them, Rainy. I had a virtual appointment with my motility specialist that I have my CIPO, my worst disorder with. That should have been, it's on the compassionate allowance list for disability. That should have been approval for me. I had been contacting them ahead of time, letting them know Social Security would be getting a hold of them for my records and everything, and that I needed an appointment sooner because I was having CIPO attacks. So I had my appointment, said all that stuff, and so my motility specialist just went, and they were supposed to every visit. It's the first time they've never done it. They call ahead of time. They go over all 21 of my medications at 35 years old. And they did not do that at this appointment. And then they come in and try and question my CIPO because they thought I was just coming in for opioids based off of a record that somebody fucked up, and they never went over my chart with me because had they done that with the virtual, I would have found out. So now my motility specialist is saying that I don't even have CIPO because he thinks that I was a fucking opioid addict because some motherfucker put Tylenol 3s in my chart like I'm taking it every day for 8+ months.
Yeah,
there's always something. I'm finding always something. So
and see, my doctor is almost the exact opposite. Well, no, my doctor, when I had my accident, I was on 2 painkillers that I took maybe 3 times, and then I also had a muscle relaxant. Well, I had to use the muscle relaxant all the time, and I'm like, can I get another prescription of that? He's like, well, we got to look into it. I was like, dude, it's not an addictive thing, a prescription.
Right.
That stuff, if I don't have it, I can't move because my back is in spasms all the time. Well, it took an act of Congress for him to refill my muscle relaxant.
Wow.
He doesn't like to prescribe anything.
But then people that, have their doctors that they can just go into and be like, oh, I stubbed my toe. And they're like, okay, here's an opioid.
No, I've never had a massive injury. So I've never had to deal with those kinds of meds. I've had surgery, but it's not an injury that's like prolonged chronic. And so I've never had to deal with that. But
well, I refuse all the opioids.
I forget the opioid that I was on for the painkiller, but I took it maybe 3 times, and on the 3rd time, I would pass out, and I'd wake up because I would forget to breathe. So when I told my wife, I said, "Look,
it slowed your breathing down too much."
Yeah, I told her, I was like, dump them. I don't give a crap what. I'm not taking it no more. I said, I'll deal with the pain. I just can't. It's scared.
Getting to breathe is kind of a hard thing. Oxy was what I was on, by the way. All those pills they were giving me.
Yeah.
90 oxys, 60 oxys.
I don't even know why people take them for fun anyways. Like for me, whenever I've taken them, which has been for my wisdom teeth, my costochondritis, my chest injury, and like maybe once more. And they just make me itchy, and they don't even take my pain away either. And I have a very high pain tolerance.
All the oxys did for me was help me sleep in the middle of the night.
And they make other pills you can take to sleep.
Yeah, they do. So.
Oh yeah, I know.
Grumpy drop. Grumpy, we're ending now anyway. So.
I've tried just about every sleeping med.
Yeah, there it is. So we should we could talk about this in a little more organized way another time. You and Rainey should get on and talk about junk like this.
It'll be the Rainey and Carly's Hold on, I had it. Chronicles of Chronic Illnesses. Boom.
There you go. Boom.
That works.
There you go. And everybody can relate because everybody's got something.
All right, Rainey, we're taking over one Sunday. Let's plan it.
Yeah, but not at 9. Let's do it.
There it is. There it is, Morgan Snow. Her husband was diagnosed with cirrhosis of the liver caused by Hep C, but everybody thought he was an alcoholic.
No, I'm sorry.
So, and he passed away. So,
I'm sorry.
Anyway, that's all we got, folks. We got in about an hour. We got to take off and go do Easter things. With
I got to get the folks up and decide if we're going over to the kids' house today. So,
right on. All right, guys.
You guys have a great Easter Sunday. Give all the kids
you too, Dave.
For me.
See you later, Uncle Dave. And Carly, thanks for coming on. You spent most of the show on here. That's great.
Thanks for having me. I enjoyed it.
Loved having you here. Say hi to Roger.
I will. And you guys have a happy Easter. Good luck today. I hope it all goes smoothly.
It'll be fun.
Okay, good. Good.
Edibles.
Oh, yeah. I get my brother-in-law makes me edibles.
Oh, can you mail me some? I'll throw you some PayPal.
Yeah, really. I'll send you a cupcake.
Can we discuss this at a different location?
That's right.
All right, seriously,
Carly.
I'm gonna teleport. I'm gonna teleport up there and join you guys.
Okay, do it. Or we'll just tune in on Zoom or something, and we'll eat cupcakes in front of you.
There we go.
Contact high.
Yes.
All right.
Let me live vicariously through you today.
There it is. There it is. All right.
Well,
have a fun
Easter.
day. We'll see you later.
Happy Easter.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Everybody else, thanks for being here this morning. It was nice having you here. Remember, Monday, Wednesday, Friday is Intrepid Radio. Tuesday, Robertson. So I expect to see you all there for those shows. It's coming up, starting tomorrow night. So other than that, you got anything else, Raina?
Nothing
else.
I got nothing. Happy Easter.
She's got
Have
nothing.
A great day.
Happy Easter, everybody. We're out of here. We'll talk to you soon. Live long and prosper.